Values and data type part 2. So in this lecture we will be seeing that what are identifiers. So identifiers are which represent names which can be assigned to variables, methods, classes to uniquely identify them. There comes a name from identifier. So the naming conventions of any identifier are that the names should not start with a digits, and some kind of symbols are allowed, such as dollars and underscore. And it is important to remember that we cannot use any reserved keywords. Reserved keywords are those keywords which have been predefined in the Java virtual machine and Java compiler, which has been given to specifically identify for specific function. Let's take an example of an identifier, which are some valid. You can see some examples of some valid identifiers: roll number, employee underscore name, underscore employee, and A to B. So look here carefully that roll number starts from a digit, not a digit, but a alphabet. Okay, then employee underscore name. So symbols are given. Remember that only dollar and underscore symbols are used. So employee underscore name, so underscore is being used to separate two different words. And again, underscore can be used in the from the first of a naming scheme. And and then the last one is at A to B. So you are seeing that you cannot start a digit with as an identifier name, because if you do that, even if you do that, the Java compiler will throw some error to show you that you cannot do that. Then comes literals or constants. So literals, there are 5 types of literals: integer, real, then character, string, boolean. So what is literals? Literals are values which cannot be changed. Okay, so let us consider some integer. Under integer there comes these 3 types: decimal, octal, and hexadecimal. So decimal are the values which we commonly represent from 0 to 9, and all other numbers are basically combinations of these. Suppose 92. 92 has 2 digits, 9 and 2. Then comes octal. Octal is another number representation system where we use values from 0 to 7. And hexadecimal is another kind of representation system where we write 0 to 9 and then A to F, where A stands for 10 and F stands for 15. So 0 to 9 as it is as decimal system. Then for 10 it is represented by A. For 12, for 11 it is represented by B. For C it is represented by 12, and for 13 it is represented by D, and so on and so forth. You can then see that E is 14 and F is 15. And real are those point values we will be seeing in the next slide. Then character, string, and boolean. So boolean has a boolean which basically stands for that switch on or switch off. So switch on denotes true and switch off denotes false. Remember that the way it is written in the slide, that true specifically in small letter and false specifically in small letter are keywords, are Java keywords. Then we will understand that what is real constants. Real constants are you can say decimal points. Suppose 3.142 value of pi. So you can say that 3.142 is a real constant because it has 2 parts: an integer, a decimal, and a fractional value. Because we can represent 3.142 by 22 by 7. So 22 by 7 is approximately 3.1416. So it is being sometimes truncated to 3.142. So real constants are sometimes denoted using 2 methods: a decimal, which is the normal representation, and the exponential. So decimal notation has 3 parts: integer, decimal, and fractional. Example 2.15 minus 0.78. These are decimal notations. And the exponential notation is used to represent the number for mantissa or exponent. Suppose suppose a value of 0.94 E7. So what does it mean? E stands for exponent to the power. So 0.94 into 10 to the power of 7. Similarly, 1 point e minus 4 means that 1.2 into 10 to the power of minus 4. Now we will see that what are Boolean constants. So Boolean constants are the values which have true and false. So these are Java reserved keywords and we cannot use for any naming any identifier. Then string constants. String constants are constants which are encoded in between two quotes, between double quotes. So this example Ayush, a name which is double, which is which is in between two double quotes, and then Java programming which is also in between two double quotes. Because string can be any number, any any symbols which are enclosed between two double quotes, and then character constants. So character constants are, if you take suppose the name Ayush, then and we separate each and every alphabet, then the single value of A stands for a character constant. Okay, so a character constant may be a digit, maybe the alphabet, small or large, small or capital, or a symbol, which are enclosed, which are specifically defined to be enclosed within single quotes. Then operators. So operators are mathematical symbols which are used to perform mathematical and logical operations between two or more variables, which are called operands. So there are how many types of operators? Arithmetic, relational, logical, bitwise, and assignment. And there are more, but we will be studying in the next chapter. What are the different types of operators, and we will dealing with what are different kind of operations between those operators. Then comes separators. So separators are the structure of a way to how to define or how to define a function, how to define an array, how to terminate a statement in Java, how to differentiate between two statements. These are the important functions of separators. So let us discuss some what are the important separators are present. So first of all, the first bracket which we commonly call are called the parentheses, which are used for method declaration, narrowing conversions, to evaluate loops and other, and to raise precedence between. Suppose we have already we have already done BODMAS. So for computer science we deal with BEDMAS. So for that kind of operations we use parentheses. Then comes your braces. Braces we will commonly deal with when we start the Java programming. So braces are way to declare types, to separate statements, and for array initialization. And then comes brackets. These brackets are square brackets we sometimes call. These square brackets are used for array declaration and array value referencing. We will learn array in the later classes, what are the array and what kind of data structure it is. Then it is semicolon. So semicolon is used for terminating statements, to separate initialization, conditions, and update the values. We will be learning when we learn the chapter loop, where we will be using this semicolon rapidly. And semicolon we will be using all the time for ending a statement. Suppose system.out.println, then to the parenthesis, and then ending the semicolon, ending with it with semicolon. And then simple colon. Colon is for using loop variables. And then comma is used to separate arguments when we declare variables in a data type. And period, the period or the full stop or a dot is used to differentiate or to just access the important functions inside a package or a method. So let us understand what the component of a Java statement. So system is a keyword, then followed by a separator called dot, then out. Now first, for every student I say that you don't have to understand each and every keyword of this Java component, because Java is vast programming language and it's quite difficult to understand each and every uh, keyword. So in the process of learning, you will understand what are the different keywords. The system you can say is a method or a method, and inside that method there is another method. So how do we access it? Using the dot. So consider this as a system, as a box. Then when you open the box with dot operator, you just you are accessing it, you're getting a lot of operators are present, like out, in, error. So there is one box is called out. So inside, when you open that when you open that box, you get a print function. So print ln, then since we need to define a function with two brackets or two parentheses, so print ln is a function to display a line, then giving a new line. So print is for displaying a data which is being passed inside the two brackets, and the ln stands for new line, ln. So it is being reversed. So should be nl, but it is being given ln. So new line. So print new line. So when you enter a new data, it just prints into a new line. This is the end of part 2. We will be uploading more videos.